Hey everybody, how's it going? So today I'd like to discuss a video from an actual hero and legend named Hugh Jeffreys. He brought you the information last year that with the iPhone 12, if you change the camera with another camera, even if it's a camera from another iPhone that came from the Apple Store, that it won't work when you install it into the phone. This is something that Apple eventually corrected because there was a large PR backlash as a result of such a practice that would keep people from being able to repair their own camera. Now, this is an interesting one from Samsung. I discussed a rumor a few weeks ago that with the Samsung Fold, that if you unlocked the bootloader, even if you didn't change the software, just unlocking the bootloader itself would cause the device to not have a working camera anymore. And Hugh Jeffreys purchased one, and he confirmed that this is the case in his video, which I think is insane. Imagine we were to apply this standard to computers, because I've heard people say, this is for your security, they're doing it for your own good, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Imagine if you installed Linux on your computer, and as a result of installing Linux, your webcam didn't work. Not because you didn't have the drivers for it, but because the computer sensed that you installed a different operating system or a different BIOS or a different bootloader and decided we're just going to, on purpose, disable your USB port. On purpose, disable your camera. It's a crappy thing to do. Now, a couple of things to note here is that he did not even change the software, because if he had changed the software, okay, you could then say that the camera's not working because he installed incompatible software. All he did was unlock the bootloader, and after doing that, so that was just something that you commonly do when you want to root your phone, even with the stock Samsung software, the cameras weren't working. Now, the front camera does have some processing on it, as he mentions, so it would be expected that maybe if it would work with degraded functionality, maybe Samsung would disable it to result in not having a degraded user experience. That being said, isn't it a degraded user experience to have no camera at all? And if you're only degrading the experience of one of the cameras, why would you disable all of them? If this is for security purposes, then why would the fingerprint reader still work? With Apple, if you were to change the home button, they make the fingerprint reader stop working because their argument was that is a threat to security. So if you're going to, I really just don't understand this, because me personally, I'm far more concerned with someone being able to log into my phone if you're hacking into the bootloader than someone simply being able to hack into the camera. And even if it is a case that this actually did have to do with security, which it doesn't, wouldn't you just be able to solve this by giving me a choice by having some sort of switch on the side of the phone, the same way that phones used to have a little rocker switch for vibrate versus silent versus ringer? Couldn't you have that for something like the camera? It's a very requested feature that I've seen from a lot of people. They love the ability to turn the mic or the camera off on their phone with just a simple little hardware switch or a button. I don't think that things like this are being done for security. I don't think it's being done because they care about the degraded user experience. In my opinion, which is often a radical one and one that is biased towards right to repair and ownership of your products, I think that this is being done to discourage people from taking steps towards owning their device. The more that time goes on, the more you see this general encroachment on freedom. The more you see, we have to do this for your safety. We have to do this for your security. And very often, it's not for your safety. It's not for your security. It's so that a company can exercise control over you. They can exercise control over how you use their product. They want to exercise control over how you fix their product. They want to exercise control over the software that you put on the product. And even if you use their software, they want to exercise control over whether or not your bootloader is unlocked, which again, as I've said many times in this channel, is something we simply would not accept with computers. But as we've moved on to the mobile computing paradigm, we've seemingly just rolled over and accepted it, and it's horrible. And it's one of these just death by a thousand cuts things. It's okay, we're going to make it so you can't buy parts anywhere else. Okay, we're going to make it so that you can't even change the camera, even if you're using parts from another official device. Okay, we're going to make it so that you can't install your own. Oh, we're going to make it so that if you unlock the bootloader, half of the features stop working. It's shit, and I think it's something that we should stop putting up with. This device costs over $2,000. And when you pay over $2,000 for a phone, you should be able to expect that you're able to do what you want with a device that you purchased. Samsung is no longer the owner of the device. You are. And it's up to you to do what you want with your hardware. And it's up to you to understand and accept accountability and responsibility if something goes wrong. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video, and I hope that you subscribe to Hugh Jeffreys' channel. As I said, this man is a legend and a